Hi, I'm Lin and this is the ArtStart exhibition. We're very proud of the ArtStart exhibition at QVMag because it's one of the exhibitions that actually is not only co-created by young people but actually entirely created by young people with a little bit of support from the big people. So you can see here these people on the wall are our student curators, and they're the people who decide what actually goes into the exhibition. So the pieces that you can see on the wall are not always the most technically brilliant, they're not always the best pieces, but they're the pieces that catch the student's eye. So I think it says something about why we're here, why we have an art gallery, because art is about the things that we like, the things that we enjoy. So right down from the very first Tasmanians who put markings on stones and decorated their shelters with the things that reminded them of happy times and things that made them feel happy. So the students here are creating the things that make them happy. We've got a pet dog in this particular picture, and that's something that makes that child happy. We've got the chicken. And so obviously the student curators who decided that those two pieces were worthy of merit decided that those things are the things that make kids happy. In the next exhibition piece we've got a waterfall. It's a beautiful scene, and obviously that particular participant thought that those things are the things that they wanted to have on their wall. They wanted to recreate those pieces. The piece that we've got over the door talks about what might happen in our dreams, because the theme of the ArtStart exhibition this time is dreams, thoughts and memories. And so you can see both sides of the coin here. We've got one particular artist who sees dragons and fighting and exciting things in his dreams at night, and we've got on the other side horses and jumps and things that that person would like to be doing during the day. On other pieces we've got over here things that really demonstrate why it's so important for the students to choose the pieces, because when I looked at these two pieces I didn't recognise any symbols or icons that as an adult resonated with me, but the students themselves could see parts of games, parts of video games and symbols that meant something to them. And when I looked closely, I could see parts that suddenly I recognised from screens that were of my grandchildren. So clearly it's important to include students in any show that is student curated, because they actually understand what it's all about. We've got here some pieces that are very self-reflective. And what we find in ArtStart is that some of the students like to think about, obviously thoughts were about themselves and about who they were and their own identity. And what's really lovely is that these two pieces that speak to each other so well actually are from two very different schools. So we've got schools represented from all across the north of the state, and these two schools represent a public school and a private school. So we're actually engaging with all of the young people that are in the northern region. We've got over here a series of works that on the face of it look very similar, but the students that actually chose these pieces of work resonated with the idea that when you're out in the rain, the things that catch your eye are very different. So we've got different colours, different patterns, and these pieces are from students in kindergarten. So they represent that in ArtStart we have work right from the very earliest stages of schooling right up until grade 6. And many of our students actually we see recurring in lots of different exhibitions. They keep coming back. So my guess is that these are going to be the artists of the future, because they really know what people want to see. We've got some older students in these ones here, some grade 6s and some grade 4s, who actually are very much more about the design of their piece, and rather than talking about what's actually part of their thoughts or their dreams or their memories, they're kind of combining it all into something that is much more of a design statement. And these are two of my particular favourites, because they reminded me of some budgerigars that were in my auntie's house when I was very little. And it reminded me that young people actually draw the things that appeal to them. They're not particularly thematic, They're just things that actually they love to look at. And so over here we've got Dreams About Basketball, and I love the title of this one. It says, if you can dream it, you can do it. And you can actually see the determination in that young girl's face. So here we've got a series of houses that were prepared by a prep class. And in those houses we've got, I think, a little bit of everything. We've got a little bit of what it means to be at home. We've got a little bit about the dreams that people have about the kinds of houses that they'd really like to live in. I'm not sure that I'd like a pink roof, but I guess a lot of kids in this area would love that. And it's also about their hopes, you know, the things that resonate with them most of all. So that's really important. That's a very brief look at the exhibition that's here at Royal Park. So come and check it out. You can see Artists of the Future. It's on display until November. So please come and check it out. It's one of our most favoured exhibitions by tourists who are always amazed at how clever the children of Northern Tasmania are. So please come and visit us.